Okay.
Oh, this is about the T-33. This is after.
It was in
After-
1960.
Okay, this is pretty late.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were flying from Reno.
Now, who were you flying with? Who were you? What?
Well,
FAA?
Yes. It happened that the other fellow was in the military. So he had flown the aircraft several times. We were flying from Reno to Cheyenne with a fuel stop there and then down to Washington, D.C. And we operated out of Andrews. The military gave us 4 T-33s, and we lost one the year before. We lost the one I was in. We were at flight level 390, and the engine quit. And went through all the procedures to air start, and nothing happened. And I don't know if you're familiar with that airplane. It has 5 fuel tanks, 2 wingtip, 2 wing, and a belly tank. The engine only feeds off the belly tank, and otherwise you transfer fuel from the other into the belly. The belly tank holds 89 gallons, and that's good for probably 10 minutes. So if you aren't able to transfer fuel, you don't have much time.
No, of course.
And they have a control valve, of course, to transfer the fuel. And it has lights that operate as you change from one tank to another. And the lights worked perfectly. The valve worked as far as we could tell. But it was broken off and didn't ever move when we moved it. And so we glided down to 10,000 because we had gotten where we could see the ground. We had just flown over a big snowstorm. And in my indoctrination training, they told you, don't worry about the seat, you can't hold on to it. That was the first mistake. Getting out at 10,000, the ground's about 7,000 there. And I was tumbling, and got my eyes open and saw that I still had the rings of the seat in my hand. I let go of it at about 1,500 feet. It was like at the end of a cracked a whip, and it snapped 3 sections out of the chute. And of course in Wyoming the wind blows about 40 to 50 knots. So you came down like that, facing that way. And I tried to turn around and lost another 1,000 feet. So I quit messing around and stayed steady the rest of the way. And I hit heels, butt, and helmet. It knocked me out. There was about 6 inches of snow on the ground, and I slid along on the ground till it finally caught on the sagebrush and stopped. And I knew that there was something I should be doing to collapse the chute, but I couldn't figure it out. My mind wasn't working fully, for one thing. So we went back out in the afternoon to get our clothes out of the airplane. We were able to see it crash and knew about where it was. And we had said we'd meet at the highway. They were building Interstate 80 and they had a lot of it built, but they didn't have the bridges in. So it's a good thing we didn't set down on that.
Yeah.
We'd come to an area without a bridge.
Wouldn't have been good. No.
He wanted to try to land at the airport, but I had flown in and out of it. It's on a plateau, about a 4,500-foot runway. I called the flight service station, and they said they had 4 inches of packed ice and snow on the runways. And it drops off the ends of all the runways. And if you're touching down at, say, 135 knots, you're not going to stop. So I talked him out of that. And blowing the canopy, it went the way they said it would. Sound like you're in a paper bag that just popped. Only it's loud.
Loud and cold.
How far from the time you hit the ground until you stopped?
Well, it was probably close to a mile. There was one area where you could see in the snow.
He drug him that far. The winds were blowing how hard?
45 knots.
With his parachute on.
Wow.
Dragging him.
I came to an indentation about 100 feet deep and 150 feet across. You can see where I hit the other side and kept going.
You didn't go down the bottom. Huh?
No.
Went across.
It was a bit cold.
In other words, we're just lucky to have you here today with us.
Oh, on many accounts.
That's just one, I guess. Yeah. The worst one was Sicily, when your airplane got shot up. So that's about it.
That's good. That was a good story. That's one I remember you telling a lot of times in front of groups.
This video was brought to you by the Mid-America Flight Museum and Victor Premium Dog Food. Hi, I'm Eric Johnston. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe to my channel to enjoy many more aviation videos to come.